Well,
Episode 19, settling the Southlands.
Mafuta makes the rules.
Wait, no, this is we already did episode 19. This is episode 20. I don't think I said the name.
It was a joke.
I
Yeah.
didn't say the number of the episode last time, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that's correct.
Because my notes I have written down, episode 19 was titled Economically Incestuous.
Nice.
You said that line, I was like, writing that down for the title.
Yeah.
But it's not economically incestuous now. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's like out of context spoiler. No one's going to know what it means until they get to that part of the show.
Right.
And then we explain it now, and they're like, stop talking about it.
We already got the
we
joke
get
from
it.
last episode, dumb.
You have to explain the joke's not really that funny.
Fair. True. But yeah, we're in a pretty exciting place here. You guys are in the city of Nkoramba. You found out there's a whole metropolis here of all different peoples.
I mean, it's not paved. I don't know if you would call it a metropolis.
It's more of a metropolis.
Right.
Metropolis.
Metropolis?
What did I say?
Yes.
Metropolis.
Oh, yeah,
You said
that
it
one.
correctly, Dan. I'm just arguing it wouldn't be a city because there's no pavement, but that's neither here nor there. I'm being obtuse.
Rubber goose, green
You
moose, guava
are.
juice.
Every time.
This is grapefruit beer. It's making me real bitter.
Now, one thing I did forget to mention, and I'm looking at this map again of the cities. You came in from the south. As you walked along that path, there were the farms and barns to the right.
Farms
To
and
the
barns?
left were like clearly abandoned, ruined buildings, and on a bit of a hill. As it went up, it became like that the area where he said more of the Chakma and goblins and such lived, closer together, smaller buildings. But I did forget to mention those ruins.
What
And there
happened?
was like a watchtower between the path and the farms.
Is that what the circle is?
Circle's the arena, right?
This one.
Yeah, I see Justice Cursor. Yeah, that's a watchtower. There's
Which
one.
means this is a watchtower.
There's a couple around the entrances. Because like the nicer area of town, where Mafuta said he lives and other people with money live, is actually walled.
Mm-hmm. That's what I assumed.
Hmm.
And they have a gate.
Yeah, so it's pretty much impossible to get into.
Yeah, there's a wall around like a third of it.
Right. So that third is impenetrable.
I mean, it's got Mafuta there.
It's got a wall, Dan.
We know walls
I don't
evil.
know what else you would need.
Let's see, we left off Heinrik. It sounds like he wanted to enter the games in a first blood competition, potentially. Other than that, you guys, you know that the games start around sunset. He said they said something about they laid him up with a bunch of fire to make it more dramatic. But you got some time to kill and check out different things potentially.
What do we have to barter with? So they're not going to want money.
On our actual persons?
I got the sense that gold was at least sometimes acceptable.
Well, yes, it does seem like we can probably use regular money here. On my character sheet, as far as inventory, the only thing that I have written down is ass skin times 2. Do we remember what this was from?
You have what?
It says ass skin times 2.
Ass skin.
Ass skin. Oh,
Yes.
the flakes of from
Oh, from the old dude when we went into
from
the bathroom.
outhouse.
Okay,
We're creeps, and that was a really long time ago.
it was.
And that's the drop for this episode.
Ass skin times 2.
No, because I don't want to make a duck quack skins or whatever.
That's fair. Quack skin.
Yep. Okay. Ow. Taking the table, not the dog.
I
It's
don't
okay.
have money on here.
I have many monies.
Do I not
That's
have
it.
Don't have money.
My money is empty.
Yeah. I'm
Sounds
silver
like a
3.
Bethen problem.
I'm silver 3. Can we just go?
I'm still sitting on like 30 gold worth of jewelry.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I figure I could haggle with this elven sword or axe, or like try to sell the axe.
You do have a really nice axe.
Don't we have to give the axe
Thanks,
back
babe.
to the elves to make them like us?
They already like us.
No, we should probably have the blacksmith melt it down, make like 2 hand weapons, like, because you have a hand weapon, I have a hand weapon.
Do you know how to like melt down elf stuff? Are there elves here that can?
Well, I've seen elves melt before, yes. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Elves melt?
Well, elf things, yes.
Oh, elf things.
Yeah,
As long as you didn't watch an actual elf melt, like Lillianna's giving you a look like the elf melt.
Well, not like on purpose.
What? Why was it melting?
It was a sculpture.
Oh, that's not the same as a living thing. Okay.
Oh, it was animated. It was a weird party.
It's too much spit.
Yes.
Lillianna has 0 things to potentially trade. Unless, of course, people want rats off of her staff. So,
In the right circles, that might actually be a good form of currency.
yes.
So Umba's still with you.
Take
Oh,
it to
is he?
the- Take it to the Skaven.
Yeah, he
area.
hasn't left yet.
Like,
I
would
think
you like
they'd be
some of your
mad.
brethren?
Oh, I think they'd not like that.
Probably not.
They'd probably not.
He's
like
like, I could show you around a bit if you'd like to know where to go.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Oh, yes, that would be amendable.
What are you looking for?
that. Wait. Is it Mafuta or Mba?
Umba.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mufufta went back to do whatever it is Mufufta do during the day.
Make more crepes.
Or creeps.
Fill them with jam.
Yeah, black jam. But, Heinrich, what were you thinking?
As someone with a fairly refined palate, I suggest that we may want to acquire some of the spices that were served to us earlier.
Mm.
I believe that this would appeal to the palate of the upper classes of the Empire.
Oh, plus the dignitaries, yes, that are coming in a few days back to the camp. For the elves, there might be something more suitable that we can find here to serve.
Ooh, the fish.
Yes, and we need this fish. Maybe a goat.
I don't believe that we should be acquiring fish to serve several days from now.
No, the fish is for us for lunch.
Yes, it's in
So we know how to cook it again later because we have to try the fish, eat the fish, know the spices, to buy the spices, cook the fish later for the dignitaries.
Well, I would certainly not want to interfere with people such as yourself being responsible for the food that we eat.
You don't want to eat any of the fish too? You don't want lunch?
No, I do expect to eat lunch. I just don't expect to be responsible for making that happen.
The eating? The eating of the fish? How are you not responsible for the eating of your own fish?
No, I think we go get the fish, and then he eats the fish.
Oh, I think we go to a vendor and buy the fish.
Well, yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
You
he's
must
worried
understand. You must understand that without my servants,
You're
there
useless?
are certain
We get it.
luxuries that I have missed.
I wouldn't say useless. He's only one of us that feels in tip-top shape to go to the arena.
All right.
And would curry
All right.
probably some good favor.
I take back the useless statement.
Oh, yes.
I take back the useless.
And I believe that I am the only one here equipped to make purchase of spices for a profit.
I think you're the only one here that wants to purchase spices for a profit. I want to purchase them for dinner.
I think both are good. I like choose, you know. You sell spices for profit, buy more spices. You have more for you have more to sell. Is pretty much great recursive problem that is but good.
So not problem.
Right.
Gerty, you are on the cusp of understanding what it is to be a noble.
Yes. I button them to my jacket.
And Gerty, isn't this along the lines of your former work as a merchant?
Yes, that too. Once again, similar to Heinrich, I didn't, go get the stuff or make it or even bring it to where I would sell it, but I would definitely sell it.
Yes, wonderful.
Don't cut yourself short over there, Gert. You are a very good cook.
Oh, this is true. Yes. For samples, bring people in the door.
I look forward to tasting some of that fish he was talking about.
You know, I believe most elves are probably pescatarians too, so making sure that we have good fish dishes would pair probably pretty good with fancy wines.
We must have a good fish dish.
I'm gonna look at Mba and be like, to the fish. And lunch?
Okay.
All right. If he's gonna
can
show
do
us
that.
where it is.
Ishbay.
All right, so he leads you past. He says, we're going to go to the docks. Best fish there.
Well, sound like a good place. This is a place that has prepared fish for us to eat for lunch, or a place
Yes.
that we would buy raw fish? Okay.
Either.
Oh, great.
Both. So he'll lead you past the arena, which is by far the largest building in the city. By the size of this place, you figure this city is probably home to a few thousand people.
Wow.
Different types of people, of course.
Oh, that's much larger than the
and-
map implied to me.
Yeah, so the maps show like single buildings on the map would represent like a tenement kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So like the arena here is the size of like a few city blocks,
Okay.
kind of equivalent. So heading past the arena, it's very, very tall. It's made out of stone. Gerty, you'd be impressed with the work of it. It's probably like Southland dwarf made,
Nice.
which is cool. Heading past that, you head towards the docks, and Mba brings you to a really good smelling place.
Nice.
Grilling the fish.
The nose.
He says, like, new friends, my treat.
Oh, you are, yes.
You are
He gets
the
you set
actual
up
best.
with a fish meal each.
Magnanimous.
And you get, like, it's basically the whole fish that's been grilled. It's a bunch of spices thrown on top first kind of thing. And it's really good. Hits the spot for sure.
Yes, Lilia will 100% attempt to guess every spice. Probably get half of them wrong because she has no idea what they are. But
Yeah, a lot of them are spices from a different continent, so you wouldn't know. But a lot of them, you
All
probably
the
want to get your
questions are
hands on
there.
all of them.
Yeah.
But it's probably the best meal you've had since I think it was the third time you cooked the crab legs was
Yeah.
really, really good.
Oh, yes.
So best meal you've had since that. Maybe even before.
The ruins that we passed earlier, this is to our, dude here. What are the ruins from? Who built the buildings originally?
Why'd you let them fall down?
Oh, the city was built on the hill, and apparently there it wasn't very stable. I don't really know too much about it, but nobody moved back in. Talk of spirits.
Spirits. Like,
Haunted.
not like alcohol.
No. Like,
Spooky scary.
yes.
Okay, 'cause-
Nobody go there now, and only the goblins live near it, because they don't care.
my cousin built some things on a hill, and it also felt due to spirits, but not the spooky type.
Ah, yes. But yeah, we don't talk about it much. I don't know too many things about this, but people say they haunted now and no one lives there anymore. Nobody fix them up.
Gotcha.
So after having had the fish, discussed about the spices, Lillianna will ask him, where can we get the spices?
Oh, we go to Market Square.
Yes.
Yeah.
Market Square.
Yes.
Excellent.
So lead you back towards, on the map, we have that big open area to the west of the arena is the main market square. There's all kind of pop-up tents here throughout the day that people tear down every night. And, it's kind of like first come, first serve to get the best spots. The best spots are right up against the arena.
Yes.
It is empty, except for one man.
Still racing and pacing?
As fast as he can. Just kidding. But yeah, all kinds of stuff here. It smells amazing because there's all kinds of food being sold, the spices. You do see an orc with a bunch of weapons on display. You see a Skaven held back with a, like, he clearly has a stall, but he doesn't have like anything out on a counter. But he's like there, just kind of with his holding his hands up, like ready to talk to somebody. He's got one blind eye that's like milky.
Maybe I can milk this eye.
Yeah. Are there any human merchants that are selling spice?
Sure, you can find that.
Yeah, that Heinrik is not going to buy from a Skaven.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Lillianna's definitely stalking by it. Like, do I poke it? No.
You look into like his little stall. You see there are some shelves next to him that have like little like plant samples and little vials and things.
Plant samples.
No.
Out of character, like, I know that this is not the kind of Skaven that you want to buy anything chemically or medically based from.
That is true.
You don't know anything about this Skaven. You don't even know his
Heinrich
name.
sure doesn't, but Alex does.
So yes, let's go get the spices and things from this guy.
The Skaven?
No.
Sweet.
I think we should get some Skaven spice.
Oh, we should, just to try it out a little bit.
No.
Why? Just a tiny amount.
Mm-mm.
The Skaven might actually be into the ass skin.
Oh yes, I have trade.
Oh, trade your ass skin for some warp stone.
I mean, we could bring this all the way to the top, you know?
We could fast track this to broken in a minute.
Let us first take care of the most profitable business opportunities, prioritizing our time.
Yes.
And so Heinrich is going to look to spend a whole gold piece acquiring a variety of spices, since I'm assuming that, like, what is more than a week's wages for most professions is probably going to get me a lot of spice.
Yeah, you can get a lot of different things here. Most of them you can, for spending a whole gold, you can get like a few different things in their own little boxes.
Oh, I'm expecting big boxes, Dan.
Big box and the spices.
Big box.
He's dropping 100 on coriander. That should be a lot, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, this is like I was just looking this up for reference. So a gold piece would be a cavalry sergeant's week's wages, which is a tier 3 career that works in like real civilization.
Yeah, so you figure this gold can go pretty far here. You can pretty much whatever types of spices you want, you can get like the equivalent of like a week's worth.
And I'm looking to buy in volume. This is for sale.
So are we getting like a lot of one spice, or are we getting like...
No, I mean, like, you can, like, whatever spice, like, let's say you can get a week's worth of up to 6 different spices.
Okay.
I was thinking a week's worth of multiple types of spices.
That was my question. Are you talking like a week worth of one, or are we talking like multiple spices over long periods of time?
6 different spices on like a typical week's worth if you were to use it like in every meal.
How much does that weigh?
Not a lot.
The spices.
Spices and probably like, or maybe some dried herbs in there too.
How fast do you use your BJ's container of garlic powder? I had mine for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously.
That's super fair. Yeah, if it's cool, assuming that, you know, this guy has enough to sell, I'd like to also do the same thing, but half of it.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that we use our Southlink friend to identify all the spices that were in the fish and get us those.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, he'll tell you all about those things. And the vendor will as well.
Yes, what do you have? And I would like to talk shop with him a little bit, try to find, you know, like, hey, I'm trying to make some Old Bay seasoning to cook crabs or spiders. Like, what do you got for that? And you have, like, dried butter? You know, to add, like, butter flavoring to things?
No.
I sure double check the back.
Because, like, they don't really know what butter is.
Lard.
Oh, yes, fat.
Oh, lard, yeah. Get that. Spades.
Sweet.
A little scoop of it.
Great. We need goat too. Live one. Do you have?
Goats that's a bit more difficult to get because they can only come in so often. So let me look at what livestock you
I was actually thinking it would be super cool to go back with like livestock that we don't have
Yes.
there. Yeah.
Especially milkable ones.
Yeah. A couple goats.
We'll show back up and we're like, look at all the stuff we discovered, and it has like name brands and price tags on it.
They'll be like,
We are very good foragers.
Costco bags.
Yes. With membership cards.
are these spices pre-ground, or is it going to be like where you get the cinnamon in the stick versus the ground cinnamon?
have
If
a
we get it in the
wooden
stick,
pestle.
we might be able to find it in the wilderness. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You could
You know
get
what I'm
it
talking
either way,
So we get a whole,
what you choose.
grind it ourselves. I can grind it.
Hot.
oh, I'm not thinking like to grind it ourselves. I'm thinking if we
Or,
know what it
like,
looks
to
like
identify
hold,
it,
we
yeah.
now know what it
Yes.
looks like, so we could like.
Oh, yes. That's actually very smart.
That makes sense.
This is why you're a professional.
I know this is why I kill rats instead of cook.
So what's the gold situation?
I'm trying to figure out how much different livestock would normally cost, and I'm not seeing it.
Well, probably 2.5 quarter cheeses.
They don't have hams. Yeah, because I'm a little surprised they don't have like price for like cows and pigs. They have price for like riding horses and a hunting dog or a monkey,
I want a monkey.
but like
I want a
much
monkey assistant. A little
Yes.
tiny lab coat.
And a diaper.
cow
Yeah.
cost.
And then like a utility belt with little vials of like different medicines. So I could be like, hey, give me that healing poultice. And like, I'll throw it in the kitchen there.
This would be pretty cool.
Yeah. You gotta be careful because it might throw its poop at you. So it'd be a fresh tag on that.
So a goat is pretty expensive. There's something they don't get in town that often because they're brought down typically by the dwarves from their mountain home when they come to trade here.
Oh, great. Okay.
Because the goats only live up in the mountains.
Yes.
So they don't have them that often. When they do, they're in high demand because they can get milk from them to make goat milk and goat cheese and that kind of stuff, and you can get meat from them too
Yes.
later, after.
Oh, yeah.
So they happen to have you can find somebody with a goat, but they're 3 gold.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
No.
What?
We should go to the mountains.
Well, I don't know where they
Oh,
are.
haggle.
They're a mountain.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm good merchant. Haggle.
You can never remember that.
Do they have like, you said, how many goats are there?
They have 1 left.
Oh, a single goat? Is it female goat?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I haggle.
Male goats cost way less because you can't get milk.
I haggle, well, kind of. It's just different.
I assist.
Oh, yeah, okay. You have ranks in it too?
You bet I do.
Oh, yeah.
Also do.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is going to be very cheap goat.
Heinrich, are you going to help us get a goat? Do you have haggle over there?
Oh, of course I have haggle, but I respect Gerty's prowess as a merchant and don't really think it's necessary for me to help him.
Yeah, so before the help, I had 4 success levels. With the help, it'll be 6,
Wow, okay.
which
I
is
thought
a
I did-
outstanding success, which I believe gets our maximum discount of 20%.
I thought I did pretty well because I had 3 success levels.
Oh, yes, so
Post
it's not
haggle.
outstanding.
So that's still 10% off.
Yes. Do the math now, please.
So that would be 60 gold. No, 60 silver. So it's 54 silver
Yes. Sounds okay to me.
equivalent.
Yes, I pay this man for this goat.
Okay.
Great.
You have that much?
One of my trappings was 100 gold.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yes.
So take away 2 gold and give yourself some silver back.
Ah, sweet. I certainly don't have all of that on my person,
Okay.
but I run just like 10 on me.
Okay.
So it was like 2.4, you say?
So get rid of 2 gold, but give yourself back 4 silver.
Okay.
Or 6 silver.
Yes. Okay, great.
And now you have a goat with
Now I have a goat.
little rope leash.
Yes.
It's weird goat eyes.
Meh.
Look, it's Gerty and Goaty.
Yes.
I'm sorry, the goat's probably more like. See that
You
video?
and your weird ass noises.
What in the actual?
Have you seen that video? The goat that just like goes up to the fence and it's just like with its tongue.
No.
It's so good.
No,
Very good.
I see the goat ones where the goat just goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, you have a screaming goat.
The screaming goat.
It
Can be a
doesn't-
screaming and fainting.
Yeah, I was
goat.
gonna say you walk along
Yeah.
and it just goes rigid and falls over.
Well, this has been great day.
So, where are we gonna keep the goat?
I don't know. We'll figure that out. This
All right, we're gonna walk
Back
around
in
with the goat.
Wissenberg,
this is
were
tomorrow,
some
Gerty
pens.
problems.
There were some pens in Wissenberg because they do have.
No, I mean
some
right
dogs.
now when we're in the town for the entire day while we wait for.
We're walking around.
Yes, we will be best friends. We will watch Heinrik beat the man or
They're
lady
gonna let us
or
bring the goat
whatever.
inside to watch.
I don't know. I will pay its admission. It is very valuable.
Okay.
Here's the thing, just a general thought. Like, if we're getting something that's useful for the colony, wouldn't you want to have at least 2 goats?
They only
to
have
make
one goat.
More goats?
No, I completely agree. Maybe so. Like the role you make is for like just that guy. That's how many goats that guy have, or that was like all the goats available today.
He told you that's all the goats they have in the city at this time.
So we have cornered the market on this goat.
We just go tell the place that this is a goat and it's up in those mountains, and then they go get their more goats.
Yes, we probably should see dwarfs.
Yeah.
I can ask them about more goats
You know,
and how to get to the
we
goats.
found me a moot. Found me some
Yes.
barrows, and then we found some elf places, and then we go find some dwarf places.
Yes.
Make some more friends. So long as we're not going to find those people eating lizards, we're good.
Yes, my toe was very my foot. So what is the name?
Mafuta.
My foot.
Did you say my toa?
Yes.
I didn't. Definitely
Oh, I
make
caught
the
it. I
connection
caught it
that
there.
There's the word foot in there.
So yes, we just he seems like a nice guy. If he say don't go to lizard place where they eat you, let's just not go.
No Temple City. Don't go north of Elf Tower. All those places are no-nos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the mountains when the goats are in that direction, and we'll figure it out.
I think the mountains are more like that direction, and the lizards are like in that, in the no direct. This is the no, and then this is the lizards.
You gotta.
Lillianna is literally
You need
making
to
all of
watch
these
the video
gestures.
version of this to see Jess try to explain what Lillianna.
Oh yeah, Lilliana's
Love it.
very much making all of these gestures. Like, well, this way is the elves with the nose, and then that's the mountains with the big ape, and then there's like lizards and a dragon, and then we're down like this in the corner.
Oh,
and
yeah,
there's
she's
a
got
river
it
like this.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Lilliana don't need no map. Hey, if we do the thing with the fighting in the arena with the Heinrik, it's gonna be nighttime.
Yes.
Where are we sleeping tonight?
Oh yes, we should get lodgings. Oh no, will they accept
Bah.
my goat? In and in.
Well, I mean, it would be really awesome if our Southlink friends would take us for one more night.
Are you asking him
Yes.
right now?
Yeah.
He says, "I think we can accommodate you one more night."
But you're the best.
Unless the beds are too small for you, Heinrich, and you want to pay for your own lodging.
If I'm being honest, having lodging as far away from the Skaven as is possible is a good thing.
Well, this is
Facts.
perfect. The burrows are only like a mile away from here. It's like 20 minutes. It's kind of perfect. 40 minutes by current Gerty standards. But we pal around. We see some sights. We see some dwarves. We go watch Heinrich do his thing and see what the arena experience is like. Maybe some tug roping and head back, have a sleep, then bring my goat back.
We'll go have a sleep.
I don't see what could go wrong.
Yeah. Let's go make you some dwarf friends. They're from the
Yeah.
mountains. We should make some dwarf friends while they're here, so we have to go all the way to the mountain to meet them. Tell them when we're coming.
It could be a far walk.
Definitely a far. Can we see the mountains from where we are? I mean, it?
Not now. You need to get higher up above the canopy to be able to see.
Oh, that's
any
right.
kind
There
of
are trees. I forgot this place was closer by trees and less savanna-y.
Yes, you're back in the jungle now. So, I mean, not at this exact moment, but you see the place is pretty well surrounded by jungle.
There would be jungle on this map that we're looking at. Those would be trees in the corners.
Yes. What are there other weird delicacies here? Do people eat spider legs, or is that just us thing?
Is that just a you thing?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes. Are there like big bugs or bats or big lizards, things that
yeah,
are
anything.
super cool?
Yeah, you could definitely find anything like that.
Oh, that's super rad. Okay, great. There's going to be a lot of things to try.
As you guys are figuring out what to do for the night and what to try to eat next, you hear a drumming, like rhythmic drumming, bum, 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 kind of coming closer. It's coming from like kind of around the bend of the arena, and people around you kind of get quiet and all turn that way.
Parade?
Kinda, yeah. If you look that way as well, you see big, elaborate standards. Not banners. They look like they're carvings of some kind. They look kind of serpent-like, but they're very angular, like very squared off. But they look like they have like a snake head at the top with a snake tongue coming out, kind of thing.
Sana.
Could be. And you, as people kind of make their way for this, you see a big walking lizard, blue scaled, with like a little bit of armor on it, and they're carrying a drum, bong, bong, bong. Okay. You see another one behind him holding up this standard aloft. And there's a few, and these are large, not large. They're I don't say large because it's not size large like the ogre, but they are bigger than a typical human, much more heavily built. They have a long, strong-looking tail. They've got a big lizard, almost sort of crocodilian, but not really face. And you see there's a few of them walking along in complete silence, and you see these smaller ones kind of darting around between them that are much more smoother scaled, much more lithe figures. They're like 2/3 the size of the other ones. They're much smaller, and you see a few of them kind of running around them and kind of telling the big ones where to go, basically. And then you see walking behind them all is this just imposing sight of a white scaled lizard man who makes the other ones look small. He's not nearly as big as Mafuta, but he's still an imposing sight. Easily as tall as Bethen, even though he walks kind of hunched a little bit. They have like backwards curved legs at the bottom, so you could, if he really stood upright, he'd probably be 7 feet tall. Big, really heavily muscled, and you see he's carrying this big green shield that's made out of scales of something. You don't know what it is, but it's this big, really heavy looking shield. He's wearing armor. Characters don't know this, but the players can know. The bigger ones are called Saurus. And they have like a crest, kind of like a Triceratops. They don't have horns, but they have that crest behind their head. And this one you assume is Sana, based on the description you heard before, wears a bit of armor on that, like a war mask kind of thing. In his other hand, he has this big, heavy, that and the mask both are made of like this black stone and gold. And the weapon he's carrying looks just brutal, where it looks kind of like a squared off club, but it has like golden teeth along one end that looks like you could kind of use it as a sword, but it would just tear through things.
So it's like a saw sword.
Yes.
And this guy looks like he's got covered in these like pink scars all over the place, and like you can tell his scales look thick, his natural stuff, and he just looks intimidating. You definitely you assume this is Sana that you heard about, the champion of the arena. And behind him is an even larger lizard man that looks even more crocodilian. It doesn't have the crest behind its head. It walks more upright, and it's just holding this big, long, two-handed club that just ends in like a big black ball of that same material that Sana's sword is. And this one, they're very wide of shoulder. They're built differently than the Saurus. They walk more upright, and their heads look more like an alligator than the Saurus do, that look more like a lizard. But this one kind of looks, or you can see the smaller lizards. You can kind of hear people talk about, they're called skinks, are definitely like prodding this big one, making sure it's going the right way as it kind of looks around, and you get the sense that it would just kind of wander off if they weren't telling it where to go. And you hear people talk about how they brought a Kroxigor with them today.
Kroxigor.
This Sana, what color are his eyes?
Sana's eyes?
Yes.
Are they kind of a pinkish?
Oh, okay. That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Why?
Oh, because he's like a mouse man or whatever.
He's albino, so.
Yeah, definitely albino.
Oh, yes, whatever. Lizard man, albino, I don't know. But.
The face Danny's making at the idea of albino
Gosh.
animals. She's not a huge fan of them. Yeah, he's got pink eyes. And then any scars that he has are pink, too.
Can we tell where they're headed? Like, are they going to walk past us? Are they heading for the arena?
They're clearly going towards the arena, but they're like making a show of Sana being here.
Are they going to pass us?
Relatively close by.
All right. Because I was
not like right by you, but.
Throw him a rat.
No.
It's a
You can't have one of my rats. No.
It's a snack.
No.
She worked hard for those rats.
That's true.
That are decomposing on there because they've been on there for days now.
Okay, at this point, she probably would have like cleaned them.
Well,
Or they'd be taxidermied. She wouldn't have rotting rats.
Just for show.
Yeah, it's 100% for show.
Well, and you look at him, and you know that he's not super clean. He's got pink eye in both eyes, lots of germs.
That does remind me, on your sheets, you can put +1 for resisting the effects of the environment.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been making you make tests today because by the river here, it's a bit cooler. In this,
So we're at 4?
reason why they were here.
We're at 5.
This is
Oh,
day
that's
5. Just make sure we're keeping. I just thought of that as being the next day.
Oh, today my malaria, salaria takes effect, by the way.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
I forgot about that.
Well,
Why would you say something?
I'm
to
sure
me?
we'll find some medicine.
Player integrity. How dare you have it?
Yes.
Very
Yeah, I think it's
good.
probably a good thing I've got 2 more days for Sudlaria to kick in before my arena fight.
I forgot the two of you even had that.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that. Good on you to remember that. Over
I know, player integrity.
months of game time.
Right. If I was going to
Fun
remember
time.
it was while Bethen was here, while we have free time, and while we are, in places to be able to buy things.
So this
Okay,
your
I see.
incubation is done. The duration is 12 minus toughness bonus days.
Okay. So it'll be 8 days.
All right. The symptoms: flux, as we're used to. With Lucky had that once.
Yes.
Fever
Okay.
and malaise.
That's like corn, but like a maze.
But when you're poop?
Oh,
No.
the wrong thing. Well, that's flux.
Oh, is that really? I thought that was a card game.
Flux means once per session, I can force him to. He has to, evacuate his bowels. Right then.
Okay, yeah. Flush, whatever.
Yes. It's very difficult to poop in armor, by the way. It's not probably going to be a good time.
Just astronaut it up, just let it rip.
All right, So
Yes.
fever. I hate fevers.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, fevers.
Does Dan hate fevers or does Dan the DM hate fevers?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
cool.
hate having fevers.
He almost died.
Oh, that's right. I
They
remember
almost
the story.
killed me one time. It's not a big deal.
Whatever. It was 106.
Yeah, well, I survived. So your temperature is high. You're likely sweating, and you really don't look well at all. So for penalty of -10 to all physical and fellowship tests. If your fever is marked as severe, it's not. So don't worry about that.
It was -10 to what in fellowship?
Physical and fellowship tests.
Physical and fellowship?
When you're in the grip of a fever, it's very difficult to do anything physical.
Oh, yes.
Remember that time you had to pick me up off the couch?
I do.
I was telling that story at a dinner with teachers recently, and Jess was like, "Was that Tim? Because that story would be so much better if it was Tim." And I was like, "Yeah, it was Tim." Help me, please. I can't get off the
I
couch.
felt so bad because like I had to leave to like pick up your prescriptions or something. So I was like, I'll be back. Tim was like, all right, I got a bunch of Reese's stuff.
Yeah, after
Like,
I got
Here's some candy and a PSP and a pizza.
that PSP was that actually
Life-saving?
something to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk about get it talking about it. I can just keep going. It was awful. Don't get mono as an adult. It
Yes.
sucks.
Don't get mono, period.
It
Might be
wasn't
the idea.
mono.
Well, that's what they ended up diagnosing me with. So treatment. There aren't many common, often disgusting remedies for a fever. There are many common, often disgusting remedies for a fever, most of which don't work. A successful heal test does little more than inform you how long the fever will likely last. The cures range from a few pennies to many shillings in cost. If genuine, they will remove the symptom of a fever if you pass a challenging endurance test.
Okay.
And the last one, malaise. You don't feel well at all. You are tired, find it hard to concentrate, and just generally ill. Take a fatigue condition that you can only remove when you have recovered from your illness. Medicine treating malaise costing anything from a few pence to a handful of silver is usually genuine. And if so, pass a challenging endurance test to ignore the symptom for the day.
Great.
Woof.
Well, this is not great.
Good thing it's happening now, not while you're searching through the jungle.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so you are fatigued and -10 to anything physical or fellowship based. So that's -20 to a lot of things.
Yes, it's -30 to anything with my leg, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Gerty's in rough shape right now. He's not feeling well. So Heinrik has an idea of what's coming. But I mean, Alex has an idea of what's coming. Heinrik doesn't know he's coming down with this soon.
Oh, God. I got to get you back to Maribeth.
I don't think that fish was cooked all the way.
Fish was great. What are you talking
Very,
about?
very warm.
I mean, we're in the sun and you are still wearing your armor.
Yes. Yes,
There was a Skaven that had all kinds of herbs and potions for sale.
Bethen.
Yes.
I don't feel very good.
Okay.
Do you have things for when you don't feel very good?
I have more of that bark that alleviates your pain.
It's not painful.
I don't have a lot of my kit on me right now. I have a ton back at my workshop. I'm sure that in the city we can find something.
Yes.
So I'm going to have Gerty describe his symptoms to me. And then whatever I would know Empire equivalent of like reducing a fever, like we'll find an apothecary or something.
My tummy grumbles a whole lot, and like, you know, when you eat something spicy, but it's not spicy, sometimes it's just bad. You get sweats out of your face. I have that, and I just don't want to do a lot right now.
So as a physician,
Sweats out of
I'm
your
going to
face.
give you 75% chance that you have things on you to treat something basic as fever.
Okay. So you want me to roll 0 to
Just
75?
roll 75 or less.
Ha! 5.
Wow.
5.
All right.
It's
I'm going to allow you to...
I did comprehensive blood work on him.
I'll get... Right? You know exactly what to have.
I mean, she's inspected his foot a number of times.
So many times.
I'll give you, because you passed that, so, I mean, a 5 is an auto pass. Like, that's fantastic. I will give you +10 on a heal test to try to treat his fever with the things that you have.
All right.
If you do this successfully, this will give him a bonus on his endurance test.
So with a +10 on my heal check, I have 5 success levels.
Okay, so Gerty, I'm going to make instead of it being challenging, it'll be an average endurance test to overcome your fever for the day.
Okay. And you said any like medicine person would be able to tell like how long this is going to last and things like that, or...
Yeah, I said normally heal test would be able to tell how long it would last, but she had things to help treat you.
Right.
It's average endurance, but you do have a bunch of penalty. I think you're at -20, so I think it's a wash.
I've minus just 10 physical, right? That doesn't have anything to do with my leg.
And fatigue.
Yes, this is dumb. There's a lot of things going on here.
Yeah,
I feel like a chaos spawn. So we're going to spend one of these new fortune points that just got into my pocket, and Well, we'll turn that 80 into a 79. Look at that.
Every time you do that.
Yes. Okay, Dark Gods. You will not be besieged today.
Oh, that's too bad.
I will just be yucky.
Okay.
Guess you're not a chaos spawn then.
I mean, you're not entering the games. You might be okay.
Yeah.
He is just watching. It's true.
How long do you have this? 8 days?
8 days.
Whew. Okay. What else do we want to do? We'll say it's like early afternoon at this point. After lunch and everything, and taking a look at stuff. Anything else people are looking for?
Do you want to go look at herb medicine things, or?
I would love to do that.
So you want to talk to that Skaven?
No.
Oh.
No.
Can't make us do it. We killed their babies. We're not talking to the Skaven at a
can't
booth.
look at your eye knowing what I saw on that ship.
Or heard on that ship.
Nope.
Yeah, I definitely.
I really do
it.
kind of want to go talk to the Skaven, but I don't. Bethen wouldn't do it.
Yes, I also kind of do, but dwarf and Skaven are like bad guy to each other, yeah?
Yeah. Dwarves
And
kinda
dwarf
have
and goblin.
ancestral hatred of
And dwarf and
Skaven
orc.
and of green
And dwarf
skins
and
as well.
elf.
Yep.
Yep.
Dwarves hate everybody.
Dwarves carry grudges. It's
And
their
dwarfs
thing.
and dwarfs. All those dang
No,
dwarfs.
never that.
Oh, that's good.
Well, except unless you're the Dawi Zar, the Chaos Dwarves.
Oh.
You don't talk about them. You just...
No, I don't. Yeah, so consider me never averting of them.
Heinrich, is there anything you want to do? Is Alex there?
I thought he was frozen.
Me too.
He's got that stone face, man.
Is there
Sorry, I
anything?
didn't catch it.
Is there anything Heinrich wanted to do?
No, Heinrich got his spice. He is
He's happy.
ready to fight and make profit. Like, he's going to show how superior his noble fighting technique is, and he's going to make money. All of his desires are being met.
Ooh.
This is pretty exciting. Maybe we go someplace cool with cool beverages and shade and wait for a fight.
So it's not too far away now. So you can go to the arena and find out some more details about it if you wish.
We'll go to the herb garden first, yeah?
Yeah, I want to go talk to an apothecary. I kind of want to show them. I want to pay them to look at my notebook and the sketches that I've done.
Okay.
Because obviously the halfling or southling helps me identify what I have on my person and what's useful and what's not. But I've collected a lot more samples and have documented them in my journal. So I want to talk to them if they can help me identify this, because this would cut mine and Melissa's research time in more than half, less than half. It would be significantly less time.
It would negate your research process?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to pay somebody to take a look at your book and help you identify things and what they're going to do and whatnot.
Yes. I'm going to pay them for their knowledge, not for their goods, for their smarts.
And
Okay.
this person's not the Skaven.
Not the Skaven.
So the farmers in the town? Do they know? No, probably not.
you don't have anything with herbs, right? Lore,
Not yet. No, I'm going to be getting that. You said that I could get that at not double.
Right, then we forgot to spend experience over it.
Oh, yeah. Dang it. We totally forgot to do that.
Yeah, I took instinctive diction, by the way.
Gerty? All right, so taking a look at your book, we can identify some of the things that you have found. We'll basically just say they're the equivalent to this that you have in the Empire.
Mhm.
Like they'll do the same type of thing.
Okay.
They won't be obviously you're not gonna find Vigwort, but it'll be like, oh, it has the same properties of that. So how many different samples do you think you have collected at this point?
I know I rolled for it one time. I think I wrote it in my notes. I think it was I collected a total of 10 different things. I literally would pick up anything.
There were quite a few that you found on the beach that day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's say I have 12 things in this notebook.
Okay. So this person takes a look at your drawings and you describe them to them.
And also noted in there, I have a drawing of it and where I found it, that sort of thing, and a description.
Okay. So
I was gonna say, you can hand wave as much of this, and you can say like they identified however many, and we can talk about it. Or
These leaves are totally useless.
so
Why
they
did you draw
tell
them?
you.
this we use for toilet paper.
So 6 of the things that you found have some kind of properties. The rest of them are just like weeds or whatever, just
Yay.
basic plants
Half's
that
not
aren't going to
bad.
do anything. So I'm
That's
just
really
going to
good.
give you a quick list of what they would be the equivalent of that we can kind of look up another time, or I can
Okay.
give you a very brief description of it. So the first one,
Hang on.
so I'm just rolling on a big table here.
Okay.
From the Death on the Right Companion. So it's Salwart equivalent. Do the same thing.
Okay.
Next one. Terabeth. You found more things something else that would do the same kind of thing as Terabeth, that
Okay.
deep sleep one. Sigma foil.
Okay.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Well, there's one called Gesundheit.
What does that one do?
I can tell you in a second.
Okay.
I already rolled that one. How about Slow Mind?
Okay.
Of course, they have very different names for this, but
Of course, yeah.
they explain it to you, and you're like, oh, that sounds just like Sigma foil. And then Juck, or maybe Uke, Juck.
Okay.
So give you a brief idea of what some of these things do. Gesundheit, you apply it to a festering wound,
And it makes you sneeze?
and it gives you a better chance to remove the festering condition.
Has nothing to do with sneezing. I'm displeased.
Juck says the herb is used mainly for practical jokes. D10 minutes after being smeared with the juice of the plant's leaves, the treated area begins to itch horribly, and the afflicted character suffers negative 20 penalty to all tests for some time.
Okay.
So I guess it's basically like poison ivy.
Or like inching powder, I was thinking.
Yeah.
And it makes people say, yuck.
Slow mind, you add to a drink. It makes it just kind of what it sounds like. It reduces intelligence and willpower for a few hours.
So alcohol.
And then we know Terabeth is something that will put somebody into a deep sleep.
Mhm.
What was the other one?
Like Maribeth's
Sigma foil?
lullabies.
That's in the core book, so I got to go back to that one.
And Salwart.
Salwart, you hold them under somebody's nose, and it can remove a stun condition,
So like
smelling salts.
Smelling salts.
Was the other one Sigma foil?
Yes.
It must count as a drug or poison.
Fun.
Gives you a direct connection to Sigmar, and suddenly you think you are God.
And then you meet him. 'Cause
Well,
you're
bam.
dead. Yeah.
I'm not seeing that one.
I mean, Lillianna does have lore poison, so,
Okay. Sweet.
you know, she puts poison in rat traps.
And then once I get my thing for herbs, then I'll be like herbs and poisons. Turner and Hooch.
Yeah, you'll run the Skaven out of business.
That's right. Yeah. I'll come here with my hood up and be all rat creepy like.
I mean, you'd kind of do the same thing. You do this, it does this. Like, it's, you got that.
Both love cheese.
Yes.
Also, is finding an animal to milk one of our short-term party?
No, so actually, it's my long-term ambition.
That's my short-term ambition, is find something to milk.
I know, I totally have it on my short-term one too.
Soft cheese is my short term because I was like, oh, we might find milk before something to milk, the renewable resource of it versus being able to just create it.
Mmm.
But yeah, sounds like we got a whole bunch of ambitions being completed.
Check.
Give me the same one on many sheets.
Yes.
So Sigma foil is something that's used to in healing poultices.
Oh,
It's an herb in there to help with that. So you can use it to make a healing poultice.
Because the light of Sigmar heals your wounds.
Oh.
It's like a commercial.
apply directly to the fester.
I kind of want to make like notes like you had for yesterday, just like a cheat sheet of like what I have, what it does, like Boom.
That's a good idea.
I should make
I
that.
do have a master talent list that we printed out way back when in the beginning and just never used again if people want that.
I mean for my herbs.
Oh, that makes sense
My
too.
stuff.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
the sheet I had for spells and stuff the other day.
Hopefully people aren't. Hopefully that's still interesting for others than just Bethen. All these herbs.
I mean,
I think it's kind of cool because lots of neat ideas for what the different plants do and how they can be applied.
and someday I might save your life.
I mean, you are already doing that,
That's
so
true.
it's cool. And your own life, because you're the one that keeps falling off of things.
Yes.
Not climbing anything,
No, seriously, why is the doctor like, yeah, let me do the risky thing?
right? I'm an athlete. Let's go. I mean, I did
Who let
well
the
in
healer go
tower.
first into the fight?
Or up into the crumbling building.
Or get yanked up by vines? Or jump off a wall? Or climb a waterfall? Why?
not?
Because she's so tall, enemies and crumbling buildings are like, oh, she probably played basketball.
Life is
She's
short.
very athletic.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because you and I are so small, they don't know we're there.
Yes. So what do we get for completing our long-term and short-term ambitions?
What? What ambition did you complete?
Find something to milk.
Yeah.
Oh, because you have the goat.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 You do get stuff for that.
Bark to die.
Ambition. So a short-term ambition is 50 experience.
Well, that's pretty
Ooh.
nice.
Do I get to make a new short-term ambition now?
Yes.
Sweet deal. The hell's it gonna be? No idea.
Mine was a long-term.
I didn't realize long-term was such a bonus. So we're going to change that to short-term. Because long-term
You
ambition,
can't change what my ambitions are.
I wouldn't have allowed you to put, I totally forgot that long-term ambition is 500 experience and or retire the character.
Wow.
Long-term ambition is more like,
Oh, gotcha. Like have a Carl's Jr. or
yeah,
something.
like
That
a
makes sense.
thriving ambition for your life's work.
Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah, that's fair. There.
forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Heinrich's long-term ambition is to rule over 100 people. Like, it shouldn't be something that you can buy for a couple gold pieces.
It's like buying experience.
My long-term ambition is like to become a full-time professional podcaster
Oh, yes. Yeah, soft cheese is my long-term ambition
and or author.
in real life.
So I'm trying to find in my notes here about entering the arena because it costs, you have to like pay an ante basically to be part of it, and then you can win more back. And now I can't find where I put that and how much it is.
Just do it like how you did the Schaffenfest.
What do you mean?
Make it up.
Like,
I don't know what we're
We paid like 2 silver.
I think it was going to be 2 silver, and then depending on which thing you entered, it was you could win more.
Right.
So like entering a non-combat game, you basically win your 2 silver back. Entering First Blood, you can win up to 4 silver, and entering to the death, you can win like a gold.
That's insane.
I mean,
Yeah, your life is worth, at best, all of those people that die combined 1 gold.
I mean, it's a lot of money.
It's crazy.
Yes.
People.
Oh,
It's
There it is. Volunteered into the games cost the equivalent of 2 silver pieces. Winning a round of your chosen games earn the equivalent of 1 silver. Successive wins each earn 1 more silver. Winning a tournament earns 4 extra silver. Most tournaments are small with 8 entrants or teams entering. Defeating the champion, Sana earns a mighty 10 gold of his own treasure. But if he wins, he lets you know.
well, yeah, you did.
Sana only enters to the death anyway.
Yeah.
So if Heinrik wants to enter First Blood, it is a tournament. So it's kind of, we got an 8 single elimination tournament. So you'd have to win 3 times to be the champion of the day. We'll say winner of the day.
yeah, I got this covered.
For you to watch, it's going to cost 2 pennies.
Okay.
Today is one of the big days. So Mafuta told you that there's 2 game days a week. One of them is kind of a little thing. They typically do like 1 non-combatant thing and then maybe 1 First Blood. And then like this is kind of like the weekend show where they do 3 or 4 or 5 different games that goes late into the night and always ends with to the death matches. For the non-combat ones, there's tug of war, chariot racing, shinty, or putting on some kind of show. Like a play, typically things that are more physically based are better because even the loudest people can't be heard everywhere in the arena. First blood, you can do 1-on-1, you can do 2-on-2, or you can do a team fight. So like the whole party could take part, or you can do a feat of skill or strength, such as like target shooting and things like that. Not as popular with the crowds. You don't earn as much money, but there's also no chance of death there, really. And then to the death, you can do classic 2 enter the ring, 1 leaves. You can do 2v2 again. You can do a tiger attack, where you can enter up to a team to fight a few tigers, or you can go against a beast, where a monster from the jungle is released into the arena and you have to survive. You don't know what it is until it starts.
With a different party, that would be super cool.
Well, at some point, Heinrik, when I'm feeling better, when my knee's all patched up or whatever, doing a 2-on-2 would probably actually be pretty fun.
We would have to see your individual performance in the arena to see if you would be a worthy teammate.
Yes, I could prove myself, yes.
Heinrik did miss most of Gerty's exploits in the hold of the ship as he was laying there unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you killed that one plague monk in 1 hit.
Does Vicious count as a partner? Is he allowed in as a partner?
He has equipment.
Does he not count?
Those that are like in charge of things say rules are typically bent a little bit. I think a little dog wouldn't be seen as in a whole nother person.
Interesting. Lillianna's not quite sure she's going to go in yet, though. She debated.
Okay. So Heinrik, are you going to try to? So Lillianna doesn't want to do it. Obviously, Gerty's not going to do it.
Gerty will poop on himself.
Does Lillianna want to join?
Lillianna's not going to join, but she's looking at Gerty like, can you imagine if the 2 of us went in there and then let us bring Vicious?
I think they would.
They'd all be like, well, these little small little things they can't kill. Yeah. And we'd be like, ha ha ha, and it'd be awesome.
Well, they would be very surprised. They'd be like, it'll be like 1.5 regular people because it's tiny dog and tiny man and tiny girl. Yes.
And then we laugh over their dead bodies.
Yes, we do. And
Make them poop themselves.
oh, they will poop so much.
Why is there so much pooping happening?
A long-term ambition. Make them poop.
Make them poop. Poop? I don't know.
Them.
So is Bethen going to try to join Heinrik or let him?
No.
I didn't think so.
Oh, no.
All right. So Heinrik, you can go 1-on-1, or you can join another fighter or another team that's going, or do a feat of skill.
Heinrik is going to do 1-on-1 first blood. He's pretty convinced of his superiority over everyone here.
Kind of figured that's what you were going to go with. Just wanted to give you some options. So 1-on-1, you have some time to kind of, wait. You hear people like barking to the crowd, getting things revved up. They have you going pretty much first.
Is there a waiting area for Heinrik versus seating for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's down like in the bowels of the arena. You guys are up in the stands watching. Probably
I wish I made a
having
sign.
some snacks of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
Like a cheering section.
Yeah, you guys are totally can cheer Heinrik on.
And going into this fight, Heinrik is going to be doing some like big flourishes to try and psych up the audience a little bit.
Nice. All right.
Peacocking. I love it.
They like it. You do hear some laughter in the crowd as they see you as just this human that looks different than any other human here, wielding this flimsy looking sword because you have a foil, right?
Yeah,
I do have a foil and a main gouge, so I'm dual wielding, but
you can tell pretty easily that's not the kind of weapons they're used to here.
I mean,
yeah, I know. They're used to unsophisticated weapons.
All right, so you walk out into the arena on the sandy ground. And you see there are hundreds of disparate people in the crowd here surrounding you in a ring. You see up in like kind of like a balcony area that's got its own little roof. You see Mafuta up there, and he's also like the MC of all this, shouting in a language you don't understand. You're too far for the pendant to work, but he seems really good at working up the crowd. His voice is booming. And then from the other side of the arena, you see your first opponent. And you see an orc enter the ring. And this orc is wearing furs draped on it. And you see it's not covered, but it has daubs of blue war paint on it. And it's holding one of those bone and wooden weapons in each hand. What's your initiative?
My initiative is 37, and a foil does have the fast quality, which means that a wielder of a fast weapon can choose to attack with the fast weapon outside of the normal initiative sequence, either striking first, last, or somewhere in between as desired. And parrying is not an option. And my opponent, unless they have a fast weapon, has a -10 to test against it.
I'd like to dodge because I can't parry it.
Yeah, I'm just fast weapons are designed to strike out with such speed that parrying is not an option, leaving an opponent skewered before they can react.
I like it. All right. I mean, having a fast weapon in this instant for first blood is super handy. You guys are pretty far apart at this point. We saw this arena is really big. The arena floor of it is like 100 yards in diameter. So this orc comes out and it just starts rushing at you, bellowing at an orc, "Whoa!" with its weapons raised.
Weapons raised? That's my kind of thing. Heinrik is gonna go make a strike at this vulnerable orc.
Well, we're gonna see how Heinrik does in episode 21.
How dare you?
How he does in the arena of
Heinrik.
Can I say the name of the city? In the arena of Nkaranba. His first opponent is, you guessed it, a savage orc.
Did we guess it?
Listeners probably had an idea.